Boldly I stroll through the valley of death, exterminating demons, leave them gasping for breath. Beat chewing on your brain like a cannibal chef. You discombobulated, not knowing your right from left. Hollow. Alright, y'all, this is more disaster. And as you can hear, or you can't hear, but I'm listening to right now the Jazz Invasion. That's right, the Jazz Invasion from 7 to 9 Pacific Coast time. And you can listen to the history of blues, the history of jazz. You can listen to how the West was won. And I'm talking about back in the day when they brought us from the African slave ships all the way west to out here. You know what I'm saying? From the West Indies. And you know what I mean? I mean, they brought us all over the place, but they took us everywhere as well. And this is where we are right now. But history, I'm bringing it back. History is coming like Jason Voorhees up in here. That's right. History is like a scary movie and y'all can't get away. You can't get away from history. We coming at you. So y'all stay tuned. Intertwined. This is War Disaster. Only here on the Disaster Network. That's right, y'all. We got our own network and we bringing it to you. We out. Boldly I stroll through the valley of death, exterminating demons, leave them gasping for breath. Beat chewing on your brain like a cannibal chef. You discombobulated, not knowing your right from left. Hollow points. It's so hard to be positive in the city that I live, where it's all take and no give. Where kids smoke Newports, kill and do bids, have tattoo eyelids. Highest inflation, a lost generation. Even if you don't participate, you're guilty by association. Teens with guns, a deadly combination. Lack of communication ends up in confrontation. Then loved ones dies, endless cries that last a lifetime. Through the early demise, bloodshot eyes, looking for those guys that did it. Revenge is futile. The truth is.
I jumped naturally. And I turned and saw only his feet. And I ran to him and took his head into my hands and began to pat his cheek and said, "Martin, this is Ralph. This is Ralph. This is Ralph. It will be all right. Everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be all right, Martin."
An hour after he was shot, Martin Luther King Jr. died. That night, America's cities exploded.
It's too late now. We are ready to start. We're going to finish it up.
I don't think Americans should mourn Martin Luther King. I think they should mourn themselves.
Cannot exist without pain. Pain does not exist without hope. That's one of those bleak truths from the past to the present to the future. Sometimes I find myself wanting to
I've been watching things go wrong for a long time. I've been hearing all the lies, and it's about time we open up our eyes and we start to realize that this world is in our hands. Change starts with every man, and we've got to make a stand. Many years go by and I'm real tired. Time is running out and we're still blind to recognize the truth and see who is fooling who. Hope is more than just a plan. I hope you understand. Hope springs eternal.
as I speak these words. But let's all wish for a brighter day. A day that we can all bask under the sun, sing under the moonlight, look towards one another, and just be happy. I pray for a hope, for a world, for a news, something that cleanses us.
We didn't know where we were going. Everything was in a state of flux. And our leader was gone, and we felt a great void and a terrible, sick emptiness. And I think we all felt we just had to do something that we hoped would be meaningful.
SCLC was in shock, but campaigned. From Mississippi, from New Mexico, from New York, thousands set out for Washington.
I said, na, 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 na. I said, na, 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 na. I want my freedom.
5 weeks after King's death, his Poor People's Campaign reached the nation's capital. 5 years after the March on Washington, his movement built a city on the same ground.
I declare this to be the site of our new city, Resurrection City, USA. I so name. Anyhow, feeling mighty sad, thinking about an income that I never had. Everybody's got a right to live. Everybody's got a right to live. And before this campaign fails, we all go down in jail. Everybody's got a right to live. Yeah. Like men dug the ditches.
The purpose and the goal of the Poor People's Campaign was to focus the attention of the nation and the world on poverty. The tactic being used was to gather the poorest of the poor in the nation's capital, in the heart of the wealthiest country in the world, to camp them, these homeless, hungry people, in the heart of the city, in this fabulous mall situated between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Memorial.
When we got to Resurrection City, quite frankly, we were scared as hell. Being in Washington, D.C., and being out on the U.S. government turf, and, you know, you couldn't help but think that if something happened, Dr. King is not here.
I'm doing much better than I was doing in Mississippi. And I'm going to stay here, if it's his will, until I receive what I came for.
In the first weeks, the poor people dramatized their demands through direct action.
We had to march for some food, so we decided to march to the agriculture department because we were putting focus on feeding and nutrition. So we went and good food at the agriculture department.
For him to go to service and knows where he is when he is released.
He got more than he can eat sitting up there grinning while people are starving. Now this is the America that Mr. Freeman knows, but this is not the America that Mrs. Brooks knows. Took him back.
It's so hard to be positive in the city that I live, where it's all take and no give. Where kids smoke Newports, kill and do bids, have tattoo eyelids. Highest inflation, a lost generation. Even if you don't participate, you're guilty by association. Teens with guns, a deadly combination. Lack of communication ends up in confrontation. Then loved ones dies, endless cries that last a lifetime. Through the early demise, bloodshot eyes, looking for those guys that did it. Revenge is futile, the truth is hard.